Alright folks, next segment we'll just be discussing boxing news and rumors. Any rumors as of late? There's a bunch.
Yeah, we got a bunch of rumors. We got Rios versus Vargas is on the works. Wilder versus
Rios versus Brandon Rios versus Jesse Vargas.
No, not Vargas. Your boy
Danny Garcia. Sí que sí, no que no.
So Danny Garcia Rios is on the works. Wilder Ortiz is on the works.
King Kong, yeah.
Yeah, King Kong. The only thing is that Berman's demurring. They trying to offer him a step aside because he's a mandatory, but he's trying not to. I heard rumors that he don't want to get the step aside, that he want to fight next, and allegedly he's saying that the fight's not going to happen. He's not going to allow Ortiz as Wilder to fight. So let's see what happens. Probably they give him enough money so he can step aside. Because honestly, man, think about it. He got his chance. He didn't even look that good. He hasn't been fighting.
Man, I think that's how Wilder messed up his hand, man. Kept hitting him in the head. It's like, the guy wouldn't even fall down. I was like, either this guy's strong as shit or like Wilder is gonna break his, and obviously Wilder injured his hand. I think after that fight he didn't look the same, his power.
So honestly, I don't want to see Steve Burns Wilder too. For me, it's doesn't do anything to me. But so far, 2017 looking great with all these fights are coming up. You know, we got Broner Garcia coming up.
We'll discuss that later.
We got the show, the mega event. I don't think it's a mega fight. It's a mega event, which is Floyd versus McGregor.
Speaking of rumors, I guess there was just clarify. They were saying that McGregor got knocked out in sparring.
So basically, yeah.
And then shout out to Ali Sekbak, interviews Brandon Rios, and they put that shit out like a fucking official statement. Ali's like, so Brandon, so you never met Floyd? No. So you've never sparred with him? No. So it's like they basically put that on like a purpose, like he has no connection, disavows any knowledge of Conor McGregor. He's like, I'm pretty sure they've met each other. I'm pretty sure for the sake of the fight, they're probably keeping it a secret.
So basically,
why would you make an outlandish claim like there has to be some truth somehow? There has to be something.
So basically, the first guy to break the news was to the public. Because, you know, news goes around the boxing society on the underground, you know, left to right. But the first guy to break the news was Vargas, Jesse Vargas. So, also, Dewey Cooper said that, you know, he was dropped. He wasn't knocked out. Vargas said he was knocked out, but Cooper said that he was beat up and dropped during sparring. Supposedly, they said it was Brandon Rios because the guy that was there with Vargas was Rios when it happened, but Rios said it wasn't. But what we gotta understand is this is a mega event. If for any chance, any person, any boxer go to McGregor gym and drop him or hurt him or whatever case may be, you're gonna tell him, hey, you can't leave this room without, you know, like
signing a non-disclosure agreement,
saying that you can't say anything. This happened all the time in boxing. A lot of the time we do not hear of or you know, you get a whistleblower that will say something, but usually we are not they are not entitled to just talk about, dispute anything.
They're under contract. Think about it. They're being paid for sparring. It's not like these guys just meet up. Like they're saying they're gonna hire you for sparring. Yeah. This is the contract. You can't. You basically go into sparring, you can't film or anything like that, and you do what they tell you, and if they don't need you, they get rid of you. But if they're paying you money to spar, I'm pretty sure part of the stipulation is, hey, whatever happens here stays here. You can't discuss it.
So another thing is that you gotta understand, Vargas never used the name Rios. Dewey Cooper never said Rios, and even I heard Lomachenko said that you know, but you know, that's what they're hearing. So
you think he was dropped, but not by Rios?
It could have been Rios, it could have been somebody else, but maybe the fact that he was dropped during sparring, it even happened to the best. What was it? A bunch of other boxers have been dropped during sparring.
Broner, that he got dropped by Spence in sparring?
Yeah, it
was a bunch of. I mean, that's where you go to train. Like, what? If anywhere a mistake should happen, it should be in training. It shouldn't happen in real life. That's the whole point of sparring. Sparring shouldn't be for perfection. I mean, you should strive for perfection, but if there's anywhere that you should have your flaws shown, it shouldn't be sparring, because that's what sparring is for. You prepare, and then that way, when all the kinks are worked out, then when you go in the ring, you don't have to go through that awful mess. And hopefully, you have the right angles and you're positioned in a way to, hey, if he throws that shot or someone similar like him, because they usually get sparring partners similar to their opponents, they prepare for that. So a lot of people say this shit about, oh, sparring, he got dropped. Like, sparring means something, but it doesn't mean shit in a fight. I mean, I'm not a boxer, but I'm just saying, like,
Joshua,
think about it. It's
dropped over sparring. Anthony Joshua, and he'll say it. The important thing is that they overcome, and
you should be glad of a sparring partner drops you, because it shows you're not ready. Like, I think it would be better. I think all boxers would agree it'd be better if they get dropped in sparring than get dropped in the ring or real life.
The thing is, what was the name of this guy who was gonna fight Andre Ward, and then tall guy.
He was gonna fight Andre Ward.
He moved down from light heavyweight to fight Ward at 168. What was his name? Chad Dawson. He got dropped, but his thing, he was suffering through dehydration. So if that's the case, it's a different case. But I'm pretty sure that McGregor's not even closer to 147 at this time. So to 154. So if he got dropped and he's learning from it, maybe it's not a bad thing.
So what? That's what I say. So what?
Yeah, I don't want to put anything behind it. That there's some truth behind it. I think there is, but that is going to affect the fight. Nah, I think they're trying. I think what they're trying to do at this point is to keep the only thing I would see is for the purpose of betting and the purpose of the fight. You have to keep the fight, even though in my mind I see Floyd winning, but to the casual person, you want to keep this fight as close as possible. One, for betting the odds. You want to make the lines really close, because if they're close, one, a lot of people will bet on both sides. Some people vote for McGregor and Floyd to make it competitive, so Vegas wins money that way. And also, in the event of people buying the fight, if a fight's not competitive, people don't want to buy it. But with all the shit that was talked, like, they make it seem like, wow, McGregor's really got a chance. It keeps it that way. But news like this, I understand why it would hurt him, because if he's getting dropped, people are like, well, he's not as good as they say he is, let's not buy the fight. Or they'll basically take more off of him. But they have to, the whole point of the fight, they have to try to keep it as the public. It's like with the Canelo and Chavez Jr. They made Chavez Jr. like, oh, he was going to wreck Canelo when he went in there, and none of that happened. So it's like, you got to, in the public's eye, even if you're the better fighter, you see how Floyd talks about McGregor, oh, I put nothing past him. You've been wrote him off. You're just saying these things to not, because you're selling, you yourself are selling the fight. Even the fighter sells the fight. He said that McGregor is on paper is a better guy. He's a taller guy, he's a stronger guy. He had never lost a fight on his feet.
Yeah, but you asked Floyd, what do you think in your heart? Do you think he's better? He's like, fuck no. That's what I'm saying. You got to keep it close, and I can see why they wouldn't want to mention this. But if McGregor got dropped, so what? You know what I'm saying? At least if he did, he's learning from his mistakes. Maybe something happened there that
this is gonna change the outcome of the fight. Hell, fucking no.
I don't know, man. That dude's Mayweather's gonna cruise to victory.
This is in my head. There's two ways this is gonna go. Either
throw me the theories, man. Throw me the theories.
Either you're gonna see a one-sided show where, because this is my thing, and I brought this before. My thoughts of this fight was that McGregor was going to get frustrated after the third or fourth round, and then he was going to end up kicking Mayweather, and they was going to disqualify him. And it's funny because my wife we were talking. She was telling me, I think McGregor's going to kick Mayweather, and it was funny. And then I was listening to Mario Lopez, his podcast. He said the exactly same thing. Yeah, but then Dana White brought out a statement. I don't know if you heard us, but he brought out a statement that if McGregor used any movements, any UFC movements to boxing, he would destroy his career. That he has something on contract that he cannot use any tactics or movement of UFC on boxing. One is to protect himself, because if McGregor get blown out by Mayweather, he'd be like, oh, he was never a boxer, he's a UFC guy, and that's one.
But what does McGregor really lose? Think about it. What does he really lose by losing this fight? He's still got a career with UFC. Nothing. He's not. The worst thing that could happen to him is he loses his license to box in Nevada, which.
But not really.
He never really. That's what I'm saying. He applied for the license, but UFC is a whole different animal.
It's not like a lot of people think that he's gonna leave UFC. It's not gonna happen. He had a contract with UFC. It's not gonna happen. This is a one-time deal. If for some reason, some blessing that McGregor walks in and Floyd going in the ring like trips on the ropes and busts his face, and for some reason McGregor comes in with the first punch.
Yeah, anything could happen too. But
Yeah, exactly.
No,
for some reason, I mean, what? They're gonna have a rematch and they make more money. But
I don't see Floyd fighting after this fight. But you know something I could see. I could see McGregor fighting more boxers. Think about it, you just gotta pick.
Wins, it looks good, but if
you gotta pick
a shot,
if you pick a fighter, and it doesn't even have to be a big money fight, but if you pick a fighter that he knows he can beat as a boxer, and he could do both. Like Floyd's the one on the way out here, but McGregor, this doesn't have to be the only fighter he fights. Like I can't think of any fighter he would fight right now. Well, I mean,
he could fight back.
He could fight him, but I mean, I don't know. But after what Jeff Horn did, man, I think everything is possible with that shit. But he could fight another fighter, and it could be a fighter from the UK. He could fight to where he could generate, because you know he has a UK fan base. He could fight, another fighter like him to generate buzz, just to sell something out. Like this doesn't have to be that from McGregor. This is a bunch of money, and this blueprint already worked out. If they were able to work this deal out with Mayweather, I'm pretty sure
they're gonna take $100 out of your pocket.
They ain't taking my 100. Fuck that. My 100 is reserved for Canelo and Triple G. It's already, sir. Oscar, the money's already deposited in the account. Here you go. DirecTV has my 100 there. But other than that, I'm not gonna give him that shit. Fuck no. Fuck no. There's no way I'm gonna give him $100, and next thing you know is gonna be some sham. Like I'm telling you, man. Mayweather's gonna do the same thing. Same thing he's gonna do.
And you're gonna say, you know how I am.
You know how
I'll fight.
You know how fight.
What are you expecting anything different?
Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Any other rumors to cover?
There's probably something out there.
I know Danny Garcia, Sean Porter, elimination thing, but
yeah, but if they try, because Danny Garcia could always ask for a step aside and fight Brandon Rios, which I think that'll be an exciting fight, but that's easy fight for Danny Garcia. I think.
Obviously, Keith Thurman's not coming back for a while.
Until next year. He just got married. He's gonna work on those babies.
Lomachenko, I think. Who did he call out recently? He called out Mikey Garcia. Lomachenko's calling out everybody.
Yeah, they got Rigo. Lomachenko.
Or Rigo's calling out Loma, and then Loma's calling out Mikey.
Yeah, Lomachenko's is having his sweet award with Rigo, but he got his fight set up with Mariaga. I heard one rumor that it just blew out my mind. I'm like, what the fuck? I heard Rigo is probably trying to get a rematch with Donaire. I'm like, what
the fuck?
Yeah,
that shit don't make no sense. That would be hard.
There's probably nobody else who want to fight him. I mean, that's good. That could be. I mean, I don't know. It is what it is.
Let me see.
I'm not interested about Rigo. I mean, he doesn't call any attention. I mean, the guy's. He's a master of what he does, but
just not fan friendly.
Exactly.
I think that's pretty much it on the rumor side. The next set of videos we're gonna do fight predictions. We're gonna do predictions on the Adrian Broner versus Mikey Garcia, Jamal Charlo versus Jorge Highland, and Gerald Washington, Gallo Negro versus Jarrell Big Baby Miller. Stay tuned, and we'll give our predictions on each video. By the way, we're drinking Kool-Aid, red Kool-Aid, ice with it.
That's it. This guy.
See you soon.